Hello everybody, today we're going to look at Webdock VPS hosting, and one of the reasons why I'm looking at it is because I expect you're probably aware, if you've used Heroku in the past, all the services you need to build, deploy and run an app in the cloud, especially if you're using Python, is quite often recommended. I know one of the Python books I had recommended using Heroku. Unfortunately, starting November 28th, 2022, free Heroku dynos, free Heroku Postgres, and free Heroku data for Redis will no longer be available. If you have apps using any of these resources, you must upgrade to paid plans, so it's not free. I rest my case. Right, so with that being said, what is VPS hosting? So the benefits of VPS hosting, you got total freedom, so to install whatever you want on it, which is good because we will be looking to run Supervisor, Nginx, Django, Flask, Python, so on. Hosting in a VPS is very efficient, and like shared hosting, it's not dependent on traffic or audience. You have your resources and you're isolated from other servers. It's secure, all your files are private and inaccessible to other clients regardless of their rights on the server. So yeah, VPS with Webdock. So fast, scalable Linux, performance guaranteed, awesome control panel, epic support. And also you get free SSL certificates, which is nice because I migrated a domain across and yeah, I had the SSL error, but I ran certbot and yeah, you know the little padlock in the top left corner and you get the little red line and it says the site's not secure, which would obviously put off a lot of viewers, and you just need SSL anyway. So yeah, free SSL certificates, so that's a really good feature. So what we need to get to is the Python side of things, because that's probably why we're all interested. On the Webdock GitHub page, you can find officially supported API wrappers, Python, PHP, Node.js, TypeScript, so you got all your favorites. There we go, that's the webdock.io GitHub page, so that's what you'll be looking for. The Python SDK is what I'm going to talk about next. And to use it, you will need to create an API token. So once you've registered with Webdock and you want to set up a server, you can obviously do it manually, but if you want to use the API, then you need a token. So yeah, find this screen. I think it's in you get a big red circle in the top right with a plus sign on it. Click on that and that gives you lots of options. When you set it up, you just need to give it a name or a label, and you will then need to tick these boxes. So at the moment, by default, there's no access, so you just need to set it to read-write. Provisioning obviously is in servers. Those are the two key ones. Account and billing, read-write as well. I've got that set, but yeah, RTFM for that. Python code to provision a server via API. So here we go. This is code you probably won't find anywhere on the internet. I had to work this out for myself, so that's why I'm showing it now to everyone else, because sometimes I like to give back as well. From webdock.webdock import webdock. So this is after I've installed the SDK. So you go to GitHub, search for Webdock, install the Python SDK, and then you're off to the races. And this, what you're seeing here, is a basic Python script. Webdock, with all the X's on the second line, that is my API key, or where it would appear. If you've seen my other videos, you'll know that I usually use load.env, which is a way to hide your API key in a .env file. The two commented lines, servers equals wd.servers, and print servers. So what I did there was I called the servers method, and it displayed me the two servers that I had configured, and then I could pick out from that JSON, I could pick out the correct syntax that I needed to put in for my data dictionary, which you can see down below in the curly braces. So particularly with respect to location ID, profile slug, image slug. So name, YT1, YouTube1, Slug, YouTube 1, Python 360, Python 360. So location ID is CA, or you could say Europe, because one of my biggest audiences is the USA, so I have put in CA because that actually is Canada, I believe, but North America. Profile slug, Webdock Pro-2022. You can find these different ones. If you create a server, choose whichever spec you want, and then run line 3 and 4, query the servers, print the servers, and then you'll see the kind of behind the scenes values that you need. So Webdock Pro-2022 and image slug Krelid :webdock -jammy so that's setting up Ubuntu Jammy with the LEMP stack, which is Linux, Nginx, what's the M for? And PHP. MySQL, PHP 81. Snapshot ID I left as 0. They provide 3 free snapshots per week, I believe, automatically, and you get the choice to do 2 more, I believe, which you can also do from the API, which is beyond what I'm going to show here, but just to see what happens when you provision the server. So run this script, and 2 or 3 minutes later, you will see on the servers page. So I think this is way better than cPanel. Just my opinion. It's very neat and minimalist, which is just kind of YT1 North America. So that was the CA, actually Montreal. So that was what the CA. Remember the CA up here? So Canada. Image Jammy LEMP. Profile SSD Pro, which probably is it will be as a result of what we've specified here. And we get a static IP as well, which is great. And with this particular package, I think you get gigabit connection to your server as well, which is nice and fast. Right, so, okay, if you want to run that script, if you've got an account, then you've then got a server which you will be ready to deploy something on. What do you want to deploy on it? Well, Nginx will already be set up if you've chosen the Nginx option. Then what you will need, if you're trying to deploy Flask, or let's go to the next slide. If you want to deploy Flask or Django, you will have GUnicorn server running, but you will need to set it up with Nginx as an HTTPS reverse proxy. Beyond what I can show here on this video, but if you search for this, follow the steps, you will have Nginx talking to GUnicorn with supervisor. I showed a recent video, I might put a link here, I showed supervisor when I was running Apache and Nginx within Docker. But that's going off on a slight tangent, but I have covered supervisor before, but I'll be covering it again in probably the next video, if not the one after that. And yeah, Python, Django, or Flask, you get the idea. So in the next episode, we will be looking at deploying Django using the method just shown on Webdock VPS. So, as I say, the whole reason for me starting down this journey was because I've always found Heroku to be, I'm not going to diss them because you may like them, but yeah, from 28th of November, they won't be free. So I think Webdock is a great alternative, and see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.